Let's do some division today. Here I have a problem that looks like it's a whole number problem, but let's look into it a little bit. Hugo loads 5 boxes onto an elevator. All the boxes weigh the same. The total weight is 62 pounds. How much does each box weigh? Well, first we have to decide what operation. And let's draw a little sketch. Okay, so he has 5 boxes. And even though they don't all look the same, they weigh the same. The total is 62 pounds. And if each of these is the same, then can everyone see that we have to divide 62 by 5? So let's do that. 62 divided by 5. And so we know that 5 goes into 6 one time, and that's 5. Okay, let's bring down the 2. 5 goes into 12 2 times, and so that would be 10. Now, if this were a fraction problem, we would just write our answer as 12 and 2/5. But normally when we talk about weight, we deal with decimals. If you've ever gotten on a scale, you know that your weight is in whole pounds and a decimal, right? You don't see a fraction of a pound. So that's what we want to do here. We want our answer to be a decimal. And so what I'm going to do with this remainder is I'm going to turn it into a decimal, and here's how. I'm going to change 62 into 62.0, okay, which there's no difference. If I have 62, that would be the same as 62 and no tenths. Now, once I do that, I have to line my decimal point up in my quotient, because every operation with decimals other than multiplication, it's very important to line up our decimal point. Now I'm going to bring this 0 down, and 5 goes into 24 times. And look at that, okay? Once we get a remainder of 0, if we're dealing with decimals, we are done, okay? So now we know that each box weighs 12.4 pounds, or 12 4/10 pounds. And of course we know that 4/10 is equal to 2/5. Okay, so now let's take a look at one more problem. This one has a decimal in it. And when we have a decimal in our divisor, our dividend, right? That's what goes in the house. All I have to do is bring this up, line it up, and then I divide as if this were a whole number. I ignore the decimal point because it's already taken care of. So 8 goes into 56. Well, 8 doesn't go into 5. 8 goes into 56 7 times. And that's 56. Okay, and that's 0. Now if I bring the 2 down, 8 does not go into 2. So I have to put a 0 there to hold the place. And then I'm going to bring down the 4 for 24. And 8 goes into 24 3 times. So 562.4 divided by 8 is going to be 70.3. And if I want to check it, how do I do that? I multiply the quotient by the dividend, 8 times 3. Now remember, if I want to do this, I'm going to estimate first. So 8 times 70 is 560. So that's my estimate, right? When I estimate, I'm just going to truncate the decimal. I'm going to get rid of it. So 8 3s are 24, and 8 7s are 56. Where's the only place I can put my decimal point? So it's close to 560 after the 2, 562.4. And that's how we divide with decimals when the divisor is a whole number. If your divisor is a decimal, that's a whole other story, and we will discuss that in another video.